Hi, I'm Lindsay, owner of Equilibrium Pilates, and today I'm going to be going through some exercises that are really useful as warm-up exercises for ice dancers. I'm going to break them down into two categories. There's going to be pelvic stability strengthening and then extension control. The extension control is going to be really useful, especially for all the back bends, to make sure there's stability and support all the way through the spine. So please give them a go and let me know how you get on. I'd love to hear from you. Your first exercise is going to be hip abductions. So you'll be side lying for this one. You'll lengthen your top waist away, slightly turn your knee in, and then you'll be lifting and lowering your leg, making sure that you don't move your pelvis, keeping it nice and still. You'll do a full minute of this exercise before moving on to the next exercise, which is going to be hip circles. Here for hip circles, you'll bend your bottom knee in, and same as before, you'll lengthen the top waist away and turn the knee in slightly. From here, you're going to be circling around with the leg, making the circles as large as you can do without moving your pelvis. You'll do a full minute in one direction, before then changing direction, doing a full minute in the opposite direction. Now we're moving on to hip hitching. Here you'll need to be standing on a step. Both legs will be nice and straight. You're going to pull in your standing hip underneath you, and you're going to make sure that you're slightly tucking your tailbone under, drawing in through the tummy muscles as if you're tying another notch on your jeans belt. Then from here you're going to hitch your free hip up and then lower the leg down as if you're pushing your heel towards the floor. You want to be pressing down into your standing heel. You should be feeling this one into your bottom muscles on your standing leg. There's a few watch points here. You're watching that you don't let your hip drop out to the side. You're keeping it pulled in. So bring your hand to the outside of your standing hip so you can make sure it doesn't pop out into your hand. You'll want to do a minute nice and slow and controlled, and then a minute nice and fast, seeing if you can keep the control. Now we're moving on to your extension control set of exercises. So here you're going to be starting on your back with a nice flat back position, drawing in your tummy straight away, and you'll float your legs up to a double tabletop position where your knees are just above your hips. You're then going to do a little curl up. I want you to imagine that you're sliding your ribs down into your abdomen as if you're tucking them towards your pants, and you're going to make sure that you keep your knees nice and still throughout so they don't lift and lower as you lift and lower with your head. Then we're rolling over onto your tummy to go into the dart exercise. This is quite a tricky one on technique. To begin with, you're going to push your pubic bone down into the mat and lift your abdominals as if you've got a drawing pin underneath your belly button. And then you're going to maintain this the whole time. You'll float your arms up, and then very gently you'll slide your hands down your trouser leg towards your feet, lifting your collarbones just away from the mat. So it's a little extension just through your upper back and making sure you don't collapse your tummy into the mat. Then we're moving on to the full swan. So from here, you're going to place your arms out into a W shape, and very slowly, one vertebra at a time, you're going to peel up away from the mat, coming all the way up into your full extension. With this exercise, I want you to use the same level of control in your abdominals and lower back as you did with the dart exercise. So you're going to keep your belly button lifted into the spine, and you're going to be pushing your pubic bone down into the mat so you don't collapse and relax into your lower back. You have this control pulling up from your abdominal muscles as though there are elastic bands helping you all the way up. With the last 3 exercises, you want to do 20 repetitions, and then you can do 1 or 2 sets of the whole repertoire as a little bit of a warm-up just before you go onto the ice. I hope you find these useful, and feel free to ask me any questions.